Hello everyone and welcome to One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Christina.
And we are true twin flames in union. Today we are going to talk about how to heal communication blocks with your twin flame.
Yes. Really, this is like how to heal communication blocks with anyone, right? But with your twin flame, like these communication blocks are going to be amplified. So yeah, let's start by talking about what is a communication block.
Yeah, and what sorts of things do you experience with your twin flame when there are communication blocks?
Yeah, so an example of a common communication block that a lot of people experience on their journey is feeling like they can't get a hold of their twin flame.
Right.
Yeah.
It can appear like, you send your twin flame text messages, never get a response. Send your twin flame a text message, get a one-word response.
Yeah.
Blocked on social media, those sorts of things.
Yeah. So what does this really mean? So you and your twin flame share one consciousness. So really it's showing you a place where you are blocked in your communication with yourself. And like we said, like this actually doesn't necessarily only apply to your twin flame. Like when you're experiencing communication blocks in any relationship, you can use the same strategy to heal it as well.
Right.
The only difference is you and your twin flame choose the same. And so healing this with your twin flame will yield like direct results, whereas like with other people, they might choose differently than you. So you do have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, so what exactly does that mean? Because, to someone watching this, they may say, well, I know I'm, communicate with myself. I'm with myself all the time and I love myself and, maybe I talk to myself or I'm in my own company and my twin flame doesn't seem to reflect that.
Right. Yeah, and so this is where introspection comes in, right? This could be reflecting as like a part of you that isn't wanting to face a certain situation, or a part of you that wants to like ignores yourself, like puts yourself last. Right. There's many examples, but I think it's really important to talk about the mirror exercise here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so the mirror exercise, as taught to us by our teachers, Jeff and Shaleia, is an exercise that allows you to clear these blocks and upsets. It'll help you identify the upset and then heal through the upset, or the block is another word for it. And this is really the only way through spiritual healing and healing these upsets that you will be able to heal communication in your union.
Right. Yeah, and so when you do the mirror exercise here, you want to do it to completion. And what it means is feeling into that part of you that isn't communicating with yourself. So we'll run through like an example of the mirror exercise here. So say you're in a situation where you can't get a hold of your twin flame. They seem to always ignore your texts, etc. So step one would be, I'm upset because I can't get a hold of my twin flame. I can't communicate with my twin flame. Step two is, I'm upset because I can't get a hold of myself, or I can't communicate with myself. Step three is this true? Here is where you're going to ask yourself, like, well, how is this true? And hint, if you're experiencing it in your reality, it's true on some level. This is where a lot of people get tripped up, where they say, well, I don't see that, so mirror exercise doesn't work, isn't true. But that's choosing to only look at the surface of the upset. Because the truth is, if you're experiencing it in your reality, your external reality, it's present within your internal reality. So really feeling into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And feeling into that means, like, sure, you don't see it maybe externally. So where do you look? You look in your feelings. So as you do step 3 of the mirror exercise, is this true? You are feeling into your feelings. You can connect to your heart space and get centered and feel into your feelings where this might be true. Are there feelings of not feeling connected to yourself or not feeling like you can communicate with yourself somehow?
Yeah. And step 4, it's asking this part of you who feels like, this part of you who feels this lack of communication, ask this part of you what she needs to feel loved, right?
Right.
And give that to yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean go do something. That's a feeling you can give yourself right now.
Right, because the truth is, there's something you're seeking from your twin flame through that communication. And that communication, what you're seeking from it is a feeling.
Yeah.
And in that 4th step, you give that feeling to yourself.
Right. And so the purpose of the mirror exercise in this situation or any situation is to bring yourself to peace. Because if you're experiencing a contrast in your reality or a conflict, there's something that you are desiring that you can call in, that you can give to yourself.
Right.
So you're bringing yourself to peace. This isn't to manipulate your twin flame into giving you a response.
Doesn't work.
Right. If you're trying to do it that way, there's something more you're seeking, and keep going. Right. There's something there that you can give to yourself so that you do feel at peace. And when you're at peace, that's when everything flows. And that's when you're going to see a restoring of the communication or a deepening of the communication.
Right. Exactly. And, I want to make it clear here that this doesn't mean like you go and you do the mirror exercise 5 times. And you will have success. There will be success with your twin flame. But I also want to communicate that this is a process.
Right.
And, it's important to understand that you're clearing out your consciousness, and
you're purifying
your consciousness, and all of the parts of you maybe that some part of you felt avoided or not communicated with, and it's a process of uncovering these places in your consciousness. And as you heal those one by one, then that's like everything starts to flow with your twin flame. So it's good to be patient on this journey.
Right. It's really important to recognize that it's an inner journey. And what that means is that the results you seek will be found within first. And then they'll be reflected in your external reality when you no longer need them to be reflected in order to feel peace. Right? Because there's no attachment. And so then there's, it flows easily. Because everything you want, your harmonious union with your twin flame already exists now. And so like everything that you want already exists. And on this journey, or like manifestation in general, all you're doing is clearing the blocks to like the illusion that you don't have it.
Right.
And so that's why you do the mirror exercise with the goal of coming to peace. And when you do that, then everything flows, and it's like nothing was ever different, right? Right.
Coming together with your twin flame and having a relationship with your twin flame in the physical is the result of doing that inwardly first, of having a relationship, a healed relationship with yourself inwardly.
Exactly, yeah. And so that was just one example. There's other examples, like say you have conflict in your communication, like you communicate, but all you do is fight. And so that's a space where potentially you might be holding on to conflict within yourself. And what I mean by that here is like holding on to an attachment to drama. And that's drama is an addiction, just like a lot of other things, right? It's like a high that people seek from the dramatic situation. Yeah, and so there's many examples that you can work through here, but it's most important to remember that whenever you're experiencing a communication block with your twin flame, it's actually a place where your communication with God is not flowing, or there might be a false belief that's in the way of that peaceful communication, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the good thing is that it's not as difficult as you may think. It's actually, using the mirror exercise, the step-by-step process, stating the upset, then realizing the upset within yourself, acknowledging the truth, and then loving yourself there. You can begin to move through these blocks at a very quick pace, and you'd be surprised at the success you have in healing your union. Yeah.
And so when you're first starting out with the mirror exercise, Jeff and Shaleia really strongly recommend writing down step by step, and you can find like a much more in-depth analysis and like explanation of the mirror exercise in their book, and we have a video linked below as well. So write it out so that you could get very clear on what the upset is.
Very effective.
Yeah, and I personally like to like free journal first.
Yeah.
And just kind of get my feelings out.
Yeah, me too.
And then do the mirror exercise on like what I've written, and it really helps me get clear.
Yes.
And so mastering the mirror exercise takes practice. And working with an ascension coach can really help you there.
Yeah, exactly. The great thing about having an ascension coach is that the ascension coaches have already gone down the path, and they're familiar. They've been doing it for a long time, and they really just want the best for you, and they want to help you succeed and heal your union with your twin flame. Yeah. So, how does that feel to you?
I feel complete in talking about this.
Yeah, it feels really good. So once again, we are ascension coaches. We do ascension coaching and twin flame coaching, and we have other services. Check out the links below to gain access to our website, oneconnectedlove.com. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.